Hey, bungle sniffers, it's Bourbon and More Bourbon. I'm your host, Hunter from Tampa Bay, Florida, and today we're going to be doing a review of Belle Meade Cask Strength 2026. And most of you might be familiar with Belle Meade Bourbon, and it was a product years ago that was very popular and on shelves, and then suddenly disappeared and got replaced with another product called Nelson Brothers Bourbon and Nelson Greenbrier Tennessee Whiskey. So in 2013, the Nelson brothers, Andy and Charlie Nelson, brought back their family's historic uh, brand. It used to be Charles Nelson Distillery, and they opened the Nelson Greenbrier Distillery in Nashville, Tennessee. 2019, they sold to Constellation Brands. At that point in time, we started seeing a shift from Belle Meade going from cask strength and single barrels to just having a static 108.3 proof on their reserve series. And then all of a sudden, in around 2023, 2024, early on, just totally disappeared. Um, for a time, they were only being sold at the distillery and then just disappeared totally from shelves. Everyone caught wind that they were um, no longer to be made, and they are refocusing on the new Nelson Brothers whiskey line. And in the end part of 2024, the brothers actually regained the rights to Belle Meade bourbon and have slowly been bringing it back. It's now only available in Tennessee and Texas, but hopefully it will be more nationally available soon. But at this time, they should be bringing back their core original lineup, and hopefully soon their famous finished products like the sherry and the honey cask. Um, Today we are going to be trying the new cask strength 2026. This one is 2602. It is 116.2 proof, bottle number 341 out of a 5 barrel blend, and we will be trying it against an original one before they closed down. So I don't know the exact year that this one was released, but this is an OG Belle Meade Reserve 108.3 proof. So um, see if there's any differences and if it's changed or gotten better. Belle Meade is a high rye mash bill that's sourced primarily from MGP, and we expect them to still be at least mostly um, sourcing from MGP or Midwest grain producers out of Indiana. The age of the reserve line is about 7 to 11 years, and the MSRP of this product is about $59.99 or possibly a little higher or lower. When I got this bottle, it was $59.99, but I have seen it listed other places for $64.99. So it is a fairly reasonable priced product to this day. And that's about what it went for before they discontinued it in the early 2020s. Um, and that's about the same price as the Nelson Brothers. Before we get more carried away, let's get into the glass. I think we should start with the cask strength first. Even though it is higher proof, I want to try the new juice versus the old juice. Has kind of a light amber color. It's not super dark. There's a little golden hue to it. And wow, it's just hitting back to what I remember about this. It's got a nice raspberry brown sugar note. There's just a ton of cherry and vanilla, a little bit of clove or cinnamon, some baking spices like those. There's a little bit of an ethanol kick. Let's go in for the palate. Most of those notes are moving over nicely to the palate. Getting a good Kentucky hug, and it's moved all over my mouth. Getting a little bit of a numbing sensation on my tongue and my gums, which I really love. Um, this is quite full flavored. Um, the cherry, the brown sugar, the raspberry, maybe a little cocoa powder and some spices. They are getting picked up nicely on the palate. Um, and then there is kind of like an orange peel. This is a good oiliness too. It has really nice legs sticking to the glass. This is reminding me actually, the nose on this reminds me of Birthday Bourbon by Old Forester. It's got that same kind of Brown Forman nose, which is crazy because usually with MGP, all MGP kind of tastes or smells the same to me, and this smells more like a Brown Forman, like a Birthday Bourbon, or like a Michter's 10. Wow, on that second sip, I'm getting more spice. I'm getting more clove, more allspice, more more caramel and toffee. Um, this is a very dark pour. I'm not getting anything youthful on it. It does have a good velvety mouthfeel. It's a little characteristic of like a buttercream icing, and tons of cherries. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and call this. This is a cherry cola bomb. Getting more cherry than raspberry, even though I get a lot of raspberry on the nose. This just is cherry cola for days. Finish is a little short. It's going for one more, and then I'm going to take a sip of water and move on to the older batch. Wow, this actually smells older. This smells darker and older, even though this is a little bit lower proof. This smells more like a stag. This is dark brown sugar and raspberry bomb. A lot oakier. There's a lot more oak. There's a lot more age. There's a lot more barrel char and a lot more darker red fruits. Raspberry, maybe like a grape soda or a berry compote for you fancy folk. Um, the spices are more muted. It's a much easier sipper. Unfortunately, I can't tell the legs on this because I'm using a green Glencairn. Finish on this is not as long because of that proof. It is a little bit more smooth. This is a easier sipper. Okay, if the other one was a birthday bourbon um, copycat, this is a Michter's 10 copycat. This is smoother, darker, funkier, richer, oakier, more velvety, smoother, more chocolatey. Oh, they're both delicious. We're gonna do each one of those one more time, and then I'll tally them. God, it must be my birthday. These are delicious. Yeah, this one's more prickly. It's a little more complex in the spice area. Um, Still very sweet. Still got a nice oak. Let's go back to the old one. Gosh, they're really good. Okay, I think I've made a decision. The winner today the OG Reserve, 108.3 proof. Both of these are delicious. They're both great. I'm very happy I have backups of both of these. These are both, as they say on the label, aged to perfection. And such a beautiful bottle, too. Really love the artwork, the horses, the label, the color scheme, everything about them. These were my favorite back in the day, and they still kind of are. For a rating, the OG, I'm going to give it a 7.8, which is a very respectable score. And the cask strength, a 7.6. Also, very banger. Hopefully these are coming to your area soon. And if not, hopefully you can find them online or when you travel. I picked, I don't exactly remember when I picked up the original one. I've had many of these. I've been holding some back for years. So hopefully you see some picks, you see some cask strengths, you see some single barrels. Hopefully you find some old dusty ones like this one from 2020. Who knows? And if not, if you see the Sour Mash or any of the Finish series, try those as well. I prefer them over the Constellation brands, Nelson Brothers. They're perfectly fine. Their Finish series is pretty good. We'll do that at some point, but their core lineup just isn't as good as the Belle Meade. And when they came out with it, it just wasn't a good replacement for me. I just bought them once and I was done. Um, Really, this is one of my favorite brands ever. I'm so glad it's back. Seldom in this bourbon world do you see companies that go away come back. Some older brands that went defunct long ago, they're just now coming back. So within just a couple of years to see Belle Meade do that is tremendous. We're so lucky. I can't wait to find more. I wish I'd bought more than just two of them, but I didn't want to clear a shelf. So I'll be looking for these. Hope you look for them too. And before I forget, please subscribe to support the channel. Turn on your notifications. Like and comment below and tell me what you want to see next. Tell me what you thought of the video. And reach out on TikTok and Instagram. And can't wait to talk to you guys on the next video.